Good afternoon, everyone. Let's call this episode 2 of the Rover 214i. I've been really ill with the flu. First time I've actually got out. I'm a little bit better today, the sun's out, so this is where we're at the moment. Fell the motor in the rear axle bushes, as presumed. Going to need a patch on the sill to one side, and the emissions is all over the place. We actually found out that this has been actually off, I think, not running for about 9 years, not 5. It's still probably got a lot of stale gas. I'm going to need some fuel cleaner for it in a minute. Drop that in the tank. It's still ticking over rather erratically. I mean, it's supposed to have a fast idle from cold, but it's been doing all sorts of weird and wonderful things. And largely what I found out was the I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but where the throttle is, but I can see that it shows in the film. There's a little stepper motor there, and of course it's all gone solid, so I'm going to take the air cleaner off in a minute. Excuse my thumbs. Give it a good soak. We'll start playing around with things, you know, so we want to get it to tick over better. With this, the emissions is going to be the make or break with this, really. Everything else is easy to do, but the emissions is another matter, and I don't be chucking large amounts of money at it, because it just doesn't warrant it. But we'll see. So I'm going to just pause for now while I get some tools. Well, I've messed around with it for a fair bit with that stepper motor. Even with it backed right off, it still seems a little bit high. And as far as I can see, the throttle's returning properly. But I'd need some kind of schematic diagram about how that system's rigged up. I've got some factory manuals. When I was at Rover, I might have a look in there, but I think they're for a slightly lighter, what they're called, MEMS system. But I'll have a look. I'll whack some fuel cleaner through it. We run that through a fair bit, see what it does. And I suppose it'd be down to changing the plugs in the oil and filter. See if we can scrape it through the emissions, maybe. So the other bits are easy enough to do. Axle bushes. I've got some loads somewhere. I need to have a look at my stash of parts. Patch at the end of the sill. All straight up, and a tyre I think it needs at the back. I have to see how it goes. It's still ticking over. It should tick over about 800, between 800 and 1000 RPM from memory, and my MGTF ticks over about the same, which it's kind of fired up my enthusiasm for these. Tinker with this. I'm definitely going to get the bottom arms done on the MG this year. Get that for an MOT, even if I move it on. I've got a hankering for an MGB. I've had, you know, for a fair while, but I don't really want a complete basket case, so I might have to go for a rubber bumper one. Needs a bit of work and work my way up, but we'll see what comes up. I'm hoping to do a few of these older cars, see if I can save them and do some posts. See if we can get my enthusiasm fired up a bit. Bigger than agenda is still getting the workshop sorted out, but because it's now typically it's pissing down, which kind of stops play. That's part 2. Not much, I suppose, just a bit of tinkering. I suppose it's still not bad for a car that's been off the road for about 9 years. This throttle seems to do some weird things. I also can get it to seems to come back down to. Well, it's gone back up again to about 1200 RPM. But all of a sudden it just seems to, for no apparent reason, just to drop. So, a bit more research, I think, to get some of my old manuals and factory repair books and see what I can find out. I'll catch you in the next one, and don't forget to like and subscribe.